Good morning. This is November the 7th, 2023. It's Tuesday, and we are in BBA first semester English class. And we will start a new chapter, I guess, today. And we have a presenter as well. Let me open the text first. The Violinist. Where do I have the text? Yes, here we have it. So we are starting a new text, the violinist, the student, and the unpaid teacher. So we'll begin with the student presentation, and then after we will read the text if our time allows. So let's invite the presenter. Please do come. Go ahead. Just present. Feel comfortable and present.
Good morning, everyone. Myself, Today I will be describing about the topic, the violinist and the student and the unpaid teacher. I get a bit nervous in front of you guys, but I
It's all right. First, write the title. Write the title.
Fast as possible to get So my topic is the violinist, the student and the unpaid teacher. I have divided it into 9 parts.
Okay. You can note down if you see it useful.
story is written by the Arun Gupto. It is recently published like July 8th, 2023. Published date. It is published in the Hindu Post. And let me start. Like relationship between the teachers and student, importance of respecting teachers and dimension of paying teachers. Like let me go with the first part. Like how it gives the meaning of harmonious relationship between the violinist and the student. Basically, this shows the pure relationship between the violin teacher and student. So if the pure relation is
So you said it's about the relationship between the violinist, the teacher, and the student.
Violin teacher and the student.
Do you see today this relation between student and teacher is having problem?
Yes.
Right? So this essay becomes relevant because it is talking about a glorious relation. Since history, we know that the relation between student and teacher is very significant, right? If this relation is bad, learning does not happen. It's good.
So if this pure relationship is disrupted, it indicates bigger issue in our culture. Like we can see how pop culture is hurting our relationship between teachers and the student. Like for
Okay,
example,
you said that pop, I want you to interrupt and make, because they will understand that way. You said that pop culture is changing the relationship between student and teacher. Okay, yes, go on.
like for example, we can take like they don't listen to their teachers, they go on their own way. Like they don't listen, like आफ्नो मर्जी गर्छ क्या तिनीहरूले।
Today, many students do not listen to what the teacher is telling them to do. Okay.
Like according to the article, it has said that teacher was not paid because Western family claimed he didn't teach them. This story remind the author of the story of the unpaid Nepali labor in the Middle East.
Okay, there was a teacher who took tuition to a student and the family rejected to pay the teacher. The teacher taught violin, I guess, right? Music. So he was a music teacher. And they didn't pay the teacher back the fees. Why did they not pay?
Because he said that he didn't teach him anything.
Hmm?
Like he blamed that like he didn't teach him anything. Because
The family blamed the teacher that he had not taught anything. Was that true? If you read the essay, was that true? Okay, go on.
Like for example, like unpaid teachers, doctors, that violin teacher in same way, that family ethnicity does not matter, but they should have behaved the teacher.
The family should behave properly, right? So have you seen recently there are tussles between parents and teachers, parents and administration, parents and students. Have you seen recent media? This is spoiling this good relation between teacher and student. Yes.
The teachers can be philosopher, artist, language ethnologist, musician, or even yoga gurus. The problem with the teacher is that they are easily available in any part of the world. They will be ready to teach lesson whenever you ask them to be.
You said that. The problem is that the teachers are readily available in any part of the world. You can hire them and they will teach you. Why do you think this is a problem?
Like if there will be so many teachers, like they will take them lightly and they will think themselves.
So do you see the author compares the teacher with laborers here, and what he's saying that if there are too many laborers in the market, job market, labor market, the laborers have to compete to get the job. In the same way, if there are too many teachers, they have to compete to get the job, right? Okay.
Being so much available, a difference now arises between the parents to child and teachers to student relationship.
Read this point again. Being so much, you said.
Being so much available, a difference now arises between the parents to child and teachers to student relationship.
Okay. So the argument here is that the relationship between parent, the child, and the teacher is changing because today the teacher is so much available, whereas in the past the teacher was not easily available. Yes.
Like parents always take care of you. Teacher only arrive whenever you need. Like for example, we can say like teachers.
I like that point. Parents always take care of you 24 hours, but teachers are with you only for a certain time in school. And that may be a reason why the respect is declining. I don't know. Yes, go on.
Like for example, teachers want growth for the student, and if we go example with the violinist, like they teach you how to pluck the string of the violin, and if they don't get what they want to teach, they get angry. Like if they get to know how to know that, they will get happy after their improvement and goes to another student to teach them.
Okay, I'm not clearly getting it. Could you say it again?
Like teachers want growth of the student.
Okay, I want you to grow as my student, right? Then?
Like giving the example of violinist. Like for example, like he teaches how to pluck the string of the violin. Like if they don't know after the teaching, he gets angry. Like after he know and get improved, teachers get happy.
Okay, if you don't get the lesson, I feel angry, right? As happens in class. And if I see that you are getting the lesson, I feel happy. When students learn, teachers become happy. When they have failed to learn, teachers get angry. Is that a good idea for the teacher to get angry? Should a teacher get angry because you don't learn?
Yes, because we get chance to improve ourselves.
Okay, that's surprising. You say that if I get angry, that it's sort of pressure on you to learn. Okay, read.
And you go to next student to teach him because that student already knows.
Go on.
Like parents live with us, but teachers don't. Like अलका लागेको जमिन हुन्छ नि kind of.
I didn't get it.
अलका परेको जमिन हुन्छ नि.
I didn't get it. I don't know Nepali. I don't know Nepali in English class, right? So I didn't get it. Yeah, go on. It's alright, go on.
Like students' face is that, and to read in that, teachers are that. I will not explain that.
Go on. I'll explain. Go on. I'll explain.
And disrespecting the teachers is disharmony the relationship between the parents and the disciples.
Disrespecting the teacher is harming the relation between the teacher and the student. Now, I have a question to you. What's your name? Prasamsa. You wrote so many things, right? You didn't pay attention. You didn't explain that.
No, I condensed everything over here and explained.
Well, you could explain 5 minute time and explain these things also to the class. Because you took time to write, right? So you could explain. Yeah. You spent time writing it. So how about explaining what you've written? Isn't it? So you spent time writing everything there, right? So could you explain?
Like I described this like as like nowadays they don't respect the teachers. Like there is like no.
How it gives the meaning of harmonious relationship between violinist and instrument. Okay, go on.
The story of unpaid violin teacher, like the question.
Are these paragraphs?
I described it to us.
Yeah, are these paragraphs 1 to 3 or are only points?
Points.
Points, okay. Go on.
The story of the unpaid violin teachers, like they are not paid according to their work, like labor, and.
Can you see, a big question comes here. Let's look at the class. And we're asking you, both of us. Can we really ever pay our teachers? Can we ever pay those guys and girls who make our life improve, teachers? Can we really pay them?
No.
Sometimes I feel that we can never pay our teacher back. I'm paying my teacher, English teacher, by becoming a teacher myself. And every time I teach in a class, I feel that I'm paying my teacher back. Because he said, Divakar, तुमको अंग्रेजी अच्छी आती है, तुम हमें फी मत दो, ट्यूशन का पैसा नहीं देना पड़ेगा, ऐसा करो, तुम हमारे जैसा टीचर बन जाओ. And I became a teacher. He taught me 3 months. His name was Lakshman Prasad Srivastav. He was my English teacher in grade 11, 12. I was poor in English, not very good. So I joined a tuition class at his home with a group. Other people paid 60 rupees Indian currency per month. For 3 months, they paid 180. When I took my money, he said, इस ग्रुप में तुम सबसे अच्छे विद्यार्थी हो, तुम मेहनत करते हो, तो ऐसा करो तुम मुझे पैसा मत दो, तुम्हारे मेहनत से मैं खुश हूँ, और तुम इसके बदले टीचर बन जाओ. When I became a teacher, look, and I'm still paying my teacher. So every day I teach you, I imagine I'm paying my teacher. So I don't think you can pay your teacher in terms of money, because the contribution they give you in your life, that is not comparable with money, right? So when you say unpaid teacher, I understand this as, how do you pay a teacher? To me, you pay a teacher if you always show your gratitude to him. Wherever you are, remember your teachers. If possible, contact them back. If possible, talk to them. In your book, there is an essay. It's in your course additional reading. The teacher who changed my life. There is a story. I encourage you to read. The teacher who changed my life, where Nicholas Gaze, I think, he talks about Marjorie Hurd, who taught him in class 7. And because of Miss Marjorie, Nicholas became internationally renowned correspondent, and he writes in New York Times today. And in that story, in your course, it is in this book, he describes how she changed his life. And this essay in our course is the way he wants to pay up his teacher, by writing an obituary, by writing an eulogy that the world is reading. And today the whole world knows Miss Marjorie because her student wrote an essay about her. So to me, paying teacher is feeling the gratitude. Oh, sir, I'm राम्रो गर्नुभएको छ, सिकाइदिनु भयो, रिसाए पनि गाली गरे पनि अब सरको बानी हो, हामीले राम्रै गर्नुभएको छ, सरले 6 महिना पढाउनाले मेरो लाइफमा एउटा इटा पनि थपियो, म जहाँ गए पनि I should recall my teacher. सकिन्छ भने म पनि टिचर हुनुपर्छ र यो there is a tradition in Eastern societies, there is a tradition of respecting teacher, and teachers are called as guru. Guru means one who takes you away from the darkness and leads you to light. Okay, can you explain more?
In sense of conflict, just now I like explain about this. And for the validity of the facility and teachers, like they are easily available, as I said.
And that is a cause of losing respect, you say, right? Okay. So a teacher should not be easily available.
Like the nature of teacher-student relationship, like there should be like proper relationship between teacher and student, so that they can get proper knowledge and they can learn from the teacher. And remaining on teacher as a culture-based harmony, like now is that not listening to teachers that going on their own.
And this can create a cultural problem.
Pop culture representation, like this and this is a little bit similar, but pop culture is like they don't respect the teachers and goes on like saying like bad about teachers.
He blames this kind of culture.
Oh, sorry, the role of the audience.
What is the role? What is that role?
Role like they have like this in this is like they are just listening to the students more than they are talking to them.
Okay, let's talk something more. You read this article. What did you learn for your life from the article? What lesson, if any, you got from this article?
Like we should respect our teachers.
We should respect our teachers. What else? Anything else?
Like we can't like you said like like we can't like pay our teachers in terms of money. Like
we should not judge our teachers in terms of money. How would you like to pay your teacher?
Like I won't like till now, but if I think I share you.
Thank you. Thank you. I I was a school teacher 20 years back, and to my surprise, my college students often forget us. To my surprise, the students whom I taught about 30 years before, still they formed a group on Facebook page, and through that page they are always in touch with me and they keep communicating. And I feel surprised that school students, so they are young, innocent minds, and teachers have strong impression on them. And that impression is life lasting. And even today, after 30 years, they keep talking to us. In that essay, the teacher who changed my life, Miss Marjorie, visits her students' home after the students have left the school. She dances for them. She invites them. And the teacher behaves as if she is a family member of the student. And I'll encourage you, you have the book with you, this afternoon, read that essay, The Teacher Who Changed My Life. And then when you come to class tomorrow, if possible, bring a piece of writing where you like remembering my teachers in the past, and recall some teachers. Recall some teachers who you do not forget, and give the reasons why you don't forget. It may be positive, it may be negative, right? If you have had bad teachers, write about that. If you have had good teachers, write about that. Okay, now let me continue. So what I'm going to do is, I'll read the text and I want you to follow on a mobile phone if you have. I'm pretty sure you may have this text on your mobile phone because I made it long ago and it is available online also. So I'll read. Here we go. Imagine a violinist moving his bow dexterously on the strings as lightly as a feather levitating in the air and producing a sonorous sound. Imagine also the violinist student receiving the cadence of his music with equal diligence. This harmony reflects a relationship between a teacher and a student. When this harmony is fractured, something is seriously wrong with culture at the large. Now look, what I want to learn you, when you read this kind of writing, which is highly literary, it was published in Kathmandu Post, but if you see this essay, this article is wonderful, because what it does is, it uses metaphors. The metaphor of music. There is, I don't know how to draw a violin. I'm bad at it. Take it normal. Take it easy. I don't know how a violin looks. I can't. There is a violin. And then there's a teacher. And then there's a student. Right? And what he says, the teacher is playing the violin, and the line says that the strings are very sensitive. The strings are very sensitive. And if something goes wrong, the music is spoiled. How I interpret this is, let me draw a triangle. This is, let me write learning. And let me put here the student, the teacher, and the relation. If the three factors, the student, the teacher, and the relation, is good, learning takes place. Today, I have no hesitation to talk on the camera and say that I don't know anything about mathematics. Even I can't add and subtract, I can't divide and multiply. And the credit goes to my school mathematics teachers who enjoyed beating their students instead of teaching their students. Who never explained when we said, I don't know, they would just slap us. Nala, itna nahi aata hai tujhko. And we stopped asking him anything. I never had good relation with my mathematics teacher. So today, I have no idea about mathematics. I had a very good relation with my English teacher. He was such a loving person. He never punished, he never spoke harshly, he never got angry. He taught the most kind way. So today, I became an English teacher. I gave an example. I had a good relation with my English teacher. I became English teacher today. I had a bad relation with math teacher. I don't know any mathematics today. So this metaphor of the violin and music is very meaningful. In the very first paragraph, the writer clearly tells this relation is very sensitive and it must be handled very carefully. So I, as a teacher, should take utmost care in my classroom that I don't hurt your emotions. If, as a teacher, I hurt your emotions, the strings will break and the music of learning will not be there. Look how you read and interpret. Imagine a violinist moving his bow dexterously on the strings as lightly as a feather levitating in the air and producing a sonorous sound. Imagine also the violinist student receiving the cadence of his music with equal diligence. This harmony, look, he talks about, see the word. This harmony, sorry, I misspelled it. This harmony reflects a relationship between a teacher and a student. So in the first paragraph, the writer introduces the theme of the article. Relation between student and teacher. And this article is relevant because in these days, in the media, we read a lot of stories where this relation is having problem. So paragraph 1 begins by presenting a situation. There is a teacher, there is a student, and they are learning music, and it says that the relationship is very sensitive as the strings of the violin, and the teacher should know how much pressure to put. The teacher should know how to play the violin. What does it mean? It means the teacher should know how to handle the students. If the teacher does not know how to handle the students, their relation will break like a string and there will be no music of learning. No music of learning. Read the second paragraph. A violinist once told me how a Western family that took lessons from him did not pay him, claiming that he had never taught them. His story hit home for me. We hear stories of unpaid Nepali laborers in West Asia. We hear stories of unpaid doctors in Nepali hospitals. And we hear stories of unpaid teachers in Nepali colleges. The violinist, once he had told me the story of failing to receive payments, laughed it off. But the story left me disturbed. Suddenly, a student invited me to a teacher's day evening last week to honor us. I was unwilling to go for no reason in particular. Look, there is something called exigence in writing. What did I write? E-X-I-G-E-N-C-E. Say it.
Exigence.
Exigence. Say again.
Exigence.
Say again.
Exigence.
Okay. Understand this. We never do anything for no reason. Somebody does something and we respond. So just ask a question. how was this article born? And you get the answer. What he says? See here. Last week, a student invited me to a teacher's day evening. I was unwilling to go for no reason in particular. So, a student invited this teacher on teacher's day. Right? And then all the feelings he had became the basis for the essay. So accidents is the factor that causes the writing of something, in a sense. So if the student had not invited on teacher's day, if the student had not invited in the celebration, maybe he would not have written this essay. The participation in that celebration triggered all the memories, and the essay is born. This is called accidents, the reason why we write or the problem we address in the writing. Move ahead. So another thing, in second paragraph, if you pay attention, the second paragraph begins in past tense. Did you see? A violinist once told me, past tense. And when a story gets told in past tense, we call this a narrative. We call this a narrative. So second paragraph uses past tense and narrates a small event where a student has invited a teacher in a teacher's day celebration. Third paragraph. It does not matter which country. One more before I move ahead. In second paragraph, there is something else also to pay attention. The writer introduces a serious issue. What issue? Payment of workers. Right? And have you seen, if you are aware about media reports, there are issues where people say that the workers are not paid properly by the employers, right? And he says that even in Nepali colleges, many teachers are not paid properly. And if you talk to teachers in private, they will make a lot of fuss and complain about colleges and say they are not paying them properly. So this is a burning issue in recent times. Teachers teach and they are not paid properly by the colleges. They are exploited. Next, it does not matter which country or culture the student's family that denied payment to the violin teacher belong to. Rather, it concerns how we behave with the teachers in general. So look, it begins with the example of not paying the teacher, and the issue it raises is how we behave with teachers. Once I was in a bank, queuing up, and for some reason I had, let's say, a debate with the manager, and he said, "Tapai kaha ke garnuncha?" I said, "I'm a teacher." Then he said, "Kaha padhaununcha?" Then I said, "TU ma padhaunchu." "Eh, thaha cha malai, TU ma teacher le ke garcha?" Then I said,